What if the bubbly idol we thought we knew was actually hiding a demonic secret this whole time? These are 10 secret backstories K-pop Demon Hunters 2 hid from you. Before we expose everything, if you want to stay up to date with the latest K-pop Hunters news, subscribe to our channel. Meera's family connections. Let's kick things off with none other than Meera. Something happened in the movie that practically spoke louder than what most people heard. Meera isn't just another talented member of the Huntrix because, in reality, she might be demon royalty in disguise. But here's where it gets crazier. Throughout the film, there is this interesting visual language about hair color. Natural, black hair is equal to human color, with bright, vibrant hair equal to a demon. This is happening all over the movie. It's consistent with the Saja boys, and it's also true for Rumi's transformation. The interesting thing is that this pattern never breaks except Meera has colored hair since she was a literal child, way before she ever encountered any supernatural forces. Think about that for a second. The creators didn't just randomly give baby Meera pink hair for aesthetic purposes, and in the movie, every single detail is intentional. As we've covered many times on our channel, this is a massive red flag, considering screaming that Meera might have roots to something that we were not expecting. But wait. Here's where it gets even crazier, even juicier mystery. One of the Saja boys rocks this very distinctive accessory, which is a pair of long demon fang earrings, and it's basically his signature look. Now, if we pause the movie and look closely at Meera's ears during several scenes, she is wearing the exact same design. The interesting thing is that Meera and Mystery are not even dating, so how can they even have matching jewelry? According to rumors that are circulating on the internet, it's a family heirloom. This theory is that Meera and Mystery are connected and are blood relatives, and Meera might actually be Mystery's hidden sister. What do you think? Tell us in the comments below. Zoe's double life. Well, you thought Meera had an interesting background. Let's talk about another hidden identity, or someone we might call the demon in the hoodie, Zoe. Zoe presents herself as Huntrix's adorable little girl and the bubbly rapper who brings sunshine and happiness into the group. But what if that's exactly what she wants us to think? Early in the movie, during the iconic plane jump, Zoe ends up striking this cute little half-hearted pose on her cheek, which seemed like an adorable idol moment. But minutes later, baby Saja does the exact same pose. He has the same hand placement, the same angle, and even the same timing. If it were just a standard K-pop gesture like we see on stage, it would be interesting and understandable, and Rumi or Meera would throw it out too, but they never do. Only Zoe and the literal Demon Boy group share this specific move. But it doesn't end there. Once you start seeing it, you cannot even unsee it. During the Idol Awards rehearsal scene, Rumi and Meera are perfectly synchronized, because that's their thing. They're always in sync. But Zoe suddenly breaks the formation and strikes this bizarre open arm claw stance that came out of absolutely nowhere. Then, later on stage, the Saja boys replicate the exact same stance, beat by beat. Why are Zoe and the demonic boy group mirroring each other? That just doesn't make sense. If we look at Zoe's hoodie, it has Derpy on it. Yes, the same Derpy that is Jinu's secret demon tiger companion. Zoe shouldn't even know that Derpy exists because he only ever appears to Rumi, and only in private. What's exactly happening here? It seems Meera is hiding something from us that we might see in the next movie. Storyboard family. And if you thought the secrets ended there, you'd be wrong, because the next secret completely changes everything we thought we knew about Rumi's background. The original storyboard contains something that the studio deliberately kept from the final film, and once you know it, the entire movie hits completely differently. In those early production sketches, Rumi's family history was way more detailed and heartbreaking. Her father wasn't portrayed as some mindless monster who corrupted her mother, but he was actually a gentle and soft-spoken man. On the other hand, when you look at the storyboard, you can see that the parents are holding not one but two babies in their hands. Rumi had a twin sister. This isn't just any wild fan theory cooked up on Reddit, but the evidence exists in actual production artwork. There is a full family portrait sketch, the demon father, the hunter mother, baby Rumi, and another infant girl who sits right beside her. So why did they cut an entire sister from the story? Why delete such a massive reveal? According to The Insider, at the moment the creative team realized how powerful this twist was. They wanted to keep it a secret for strategic purposes, so that they could tell more of the storyline according to the plans. Color code. As we are talking about visual storytelling, let's talk about something that gets quite creepy. Notice how the creators use color as a secret language throughout the film. The absurd part is that most of us missed it. The hair color rule we mentioned earlier about Meera isn't just about her. It's the consistent system that applies to every single character. Black hair means humanity, and unnatural colors mean demonic heritage. This becomes quite important, especially when we watch Rumi's transformation scenes, where her hair doesn't just change color for cool visual flair, but is literally showing her demonic awakening. The same goes for every Saja Boys member. The creators even extended this color symbolism to clothing choices. If you pay attention to what characters wear during their key emotional scenes, you'll see that Rumi goes towards a darker side, which is the same with Meera throughout the film too. Zoe, despite her sunny personality, often wears surprisingly dark outfits with demonic imagery that we've seen throughout the film. Mystery's mystery. Let's talk about mystery for a second, because there is a specific moment that gives a completely new meaning to whether Meera is really his sister or not. During the final battle, when everyone is fighting for their lives and chaos is going everywhere, there is this brief moment where Mystery and Meera's eyes lock across the battlefield. It lasts only 2 seconds, and most people probably didn't even register it. But if you watch his expression, he's not looking at her with aggression or battle. There's a recognition, maybe concern, or maybe they realize that they're somehow linked. A lot of theories on the internet also appear, saying that this was specifically choreographed and discussed in detail during the filming. The director wanted to plant the seed of connection without making it super obvious, letting it sit in the audience's subconscious until the sequel brings forth the real truth. Do you think Meera and Mystery are actually siblings? Tell us in the comments below. Rehearsal scene. Here's another detail that looks quite significant on the surface until you realize what the directors are actually showing you. During the Idol Awards rehearsal, the choreography is precise, practiced, and clearly synchronized except for Zoe's random break in the formation. This keeps happening, and the directors don't let accidents make it into the final films, especially not in a big-budget production, because that just doesn't make any sense. That's the moment where Zoe breaks sync and throws that weird claw dance that was scripted, rehearsed, and deliberately kept in the film. The creators wanted eagle-eyed fans like us to catch and start asking the right questions. What makes it even more suspicious is that the Saja Boys weren't even in that rehearsal space. They performed the same move later during their own stage. So did Zoe know the choreography? How did she perfectly execute a move that didn't even exist anywhere? The only logical explanation is Zoe's own connection with the demonic world, possibly even communication with the Saja Boys that happened off-screen. Derpy conspiracy. While we are on the topic of Zoe, let's talk a bit more about the Derpy conspiracy. The Derpy hoodie gets deeper the more you dig, and it gets even weirder. Derpy isn't just a cute mascot the creator invented for merchandise. In the film's mythology, he is specifically Jinu's secret companion. That has a huge emphasis on the secret itself. Even other demons don't casually know about Derpy's existence. So Zoe wearing Derpy merch is like wearing a shirt with classified gourmet information on display. Who produced it? Because it's definitely not official Saja Boys merchandise that you can buy at the concert. Some fans have even theorized that Zoe might have actually met Jinu in the past, possibly during a time period that the first movie doesn't really cover. Gwi-Ma connection. Let's talk about Gwi-Ma for a second, because there is a visual parallel that is hard to miss. His aesthetic throughout the film is very specific, dark, gothic, and having quite an interesting demonic pattern and symbol. Now let's go back and look at Zoe's notebook sketches from the high school flashbacks. This art style is nearly identical. The same attention to dark detail, the same gothic sensibility, and even the demonic motifs. For a normal teenager with no demonic connection or superpowers, Zoe draws like someone who's been familiar with demonic culture and imagery. If Zoe is half demon, as the evidence suggests at this point, it's entirely possible that she has access to the demon realm that even Rumi doesn't know about. The timeline. Here's something that bothers absolutely nobody, but really should have. If you think about it, Zoe references being 14 during her high school flashback, but some of her cultural references and the way she carries herself suggest someone with way more life experience than a teenager should have. For example, the Rambo reference is the most glaring example. That's not a movie most teenagers casually quote, unless they are specifically into vintage film. I bet a lot of you haven't heard about that movie either, but Zoe doesn't present herself as someone who watches old movies. She presents herself as the jolly-looking cute girl from the band, unless of course she's way older than what she appears to be and has been around for a long time. So far, we have collected a lot of evidence that Zoe might have some kind of demonic connection that is only going to be revealed in the next movie. Creators holding back. If you look at director Maggie Kang, she has been surprisingly candid in interviews about creative choices behind K-pop Demon Hunters. She mentioned multiple times that they deliberately designed the first film to be incomplete, raising more questions than it answers. This is so that they could set up the sequel to the movie. The decision to cut Rumi's twin sister to only hint at Meera and Mystery's connection, and even drop subtle hints that Zoe might not be as innocent as we might think, just goes to show that the directors are doing a risky job in giving lack of concrete answers from Easter eggs and theorizing and making us theorize the future film. They have only been playing with our minds all along. Which secret surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. If you want to stay up to date with the latest K-pop Demon Hunters news, subscribe to our channel right now.